Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Ben here. Just got back from a run and had something come to mind while I was running that I wanted to share with you before I forgot it. Also, Gladys says good morning, too. Hey, Bob and Darlene Dudley were with us in the foyer, that Zoom connection time that we launched yesterday. Sunday after service. Hope you can join us next week, 11:15, every Sunday morning after service. It was a great time to connect. But Bob and Darlene were longtime members of GCN until they moved to North Carolina last year sometime. And it was great to see them. Bob's got a beard now, so he's got some additional facial hair. Still none on the top, but he'll work on that maybe. Just razzing you, Bob, if you're watching this. Anyway, it was great to see them. They owned a second home in the woods, a golf resort over in Hedgesville, Maryland. And they had told me that they were selling that. They were going to close on that this Friday. And when Bob had mentioned that, a flood of memories came to my mind because they were very generous with that house. We had a number of staff retreats there. My family was privileged to be in that home. I went for a couple of retreats myself. I even hosted some college classmates in a reunion there. And most of all, I remember the golf outings us men used to take from GCN over the years. Just a great place, and I hope everyone is as generous with their material possessions as Bob and Darlene have been with theirs. But what came to mind on my run this morning was this, in that developing golf resort community, they would have lots for sale. And when someone would buy a lot with the intention of building a home on it, the resort would put a sign, kind of like those signs you see real estate agents putting out in prep for Sunday open houses and whatnot. They'd put a sign on the lot that said, future home of, and then the name of the builder, the buyer, future home of the Van Bronckhorst, the Eitmillers, the Gales, the Thorns, the Schaefers, the Carltons. And every time I saw those signs on those lots, it would remind me of our future home, every one of us that is trusting in God, that has given their heart and life to Jesus. Praise be to his name. Future home of. Colossians 3, 1 and 4, 1, 2, 4 are still in my mind here this morning. Preached from that yesterday. Let's hear it again. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things, for you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. That's an awesome word from the Lord through the Apostle Paul. And it speaks of heaven, not just our future home, but thank God for that. In my Father's house, Jesus said, are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I'm grateful for that future home, but the reality is heaven is for real right now. And Paul says, set your hearts on things above where Christ is, present tense, seated at the right hand of God. And I'll tell you again this morning, friends, he's praying for you and pulling for you and cheering for you and there for you. That ought to encourage us. Setting our minds, getting our thoughts on, our attention taken by earthly things, by what is going on around us, that comes naturally. That just happens. But setting our hearts and minds on things above, fixing our eyes on Jesus, that is intentional, and we ought to do it every day. I pray that you will. God bless you guys. Here's a little teaser for Sunday's service. We've got another guest singer sending us a song from out of town. Most of you will recognize her, and looking forward to her singing. And here's my message title for this Sunday, Lord willing. You ready? Let's not get back to normal. That ought to pique your interest a little bit. Have a great day. See ya.